Welcome to King Cole. I'm Susan and this is Joanne, and we're here today to talk about
Harvest DK.
Yeah.
So this is our new yarn, which is out any moment now. We've got 8 colours. It's, as you can see there, it's a cake yarn and it's coming in 150 grams this time. So it's a bigger ball than we generally do. That being said, you get 535 metres per ball, so it's got very good yardage.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
It is. It's a DK. It's 22 stitches to 28 rows, but it does feel really light, and we've had some really fantastic feedback off the test knitters for this particular yarn.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah, we can honestly say we love all the designs.
Yeah, and the colours.
Because sometimes in this style of ball, although you can see the colours, you don't really get the true effect of what you're getting. Whereas with the designs, I think you'll see this time that the designs really make the yarn show off well. It is a 30-degree wool wash on this one. You can cool tumble dry it, but we also recommend drying flat.
I dry most things flat,
Yeah.
but I'm just particular that way.
Yeah.
And what's it made of?
With this one, we've got 90% acrylic and 10% alpaca. So it's got almost, not really a fluff to it.
But it's lovely and soft, and it just has that kind of like, a bit like the Timeless, that nice handling.
Yeah, it does.
You know, like a pleasure to knit with as well. Yeah.
It is. So, shall we...
talk about the shades?
Oh gosh, you forgot the shades. I'm so eager to get onto the patterns today. I'm just loving the patterns. Are you starting?
Okay, sure. Yeah. I'll start. The first shade here, which is on my left, is Babylon Brook, right? Which I think is lovely because I love anything with green and blues. That's a given for me, right? Mm-hmm. And the next one is Berries. It's funny because in the ball band, I couldn't quite picture what it looks like, but you'll see, and it's very effective.
It is. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
That.
And I think that would do for anyone, that color, right? Yeah. Well, any of the colors, really. I think they're quite male or female.
Yeah.
And Frost is next, which is the third one in. And what colors would you say that is?
It's mainly greys, cream. They're all based really on a cream or a slightly off-white.
Yes.
So they are a slightly off-white, slightly more creamy than the white or silver, but there is the silver and the dark grey in that one, which works really well. And I wasn't sure that it would, but it does.
Yes,
it just works, does this yarn?
Yes, it does. And this one's Gooseberry, right?
Yeah, that's got nice peaches in as well as sort of a pinky lilac-y colour. Again, with the cream or the off-white striping with it too. So that's
You'll see in a bit, I can't even speak today. You'll see in a bit, because it's one of those things we have to show you. I think it's much more effective to see it knitted up than actually in the cakes.
It is.
Yeah. Are you going to?
I will. Yeah. So this one here, the centre one, is Heather. So you've got lilacs and the off-white again, and a turquoisey blue.
Yeah, I would say it's turquoisey. And also like a little bit of grey.
Yeah, a tiny bit of grey in with that one. So again, a great one with, your jeans side of things, or any of these would work with an off-white trouser.
I think so too, yes. Yeah.
Something like that. Landscape is this one here. It's got sort of the orangey browns. There's a brown in it, a soft brown.
Like almost like a terracotta earth tone.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the other colour is a slightly purpley blue running through that one as well. So again, it will work with lots of things. Then one of my particular favourites is the Morning Sky, which is blues and whites, so that goes without saying. So a couple of different shades of blue in there, then with the white stripe in between. And then the final one at this end is Woodland, which is greens and creams and a slightly...
Almost autumny colours, that's what it reminds me of, the woodland. When I think of the woodland, it reminds me of an autumn day and walking through when things are just turning a bit.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely beautiful, that one. I think a lot of people
we like them all. I mean, what can we say? I'll hold this up and you can show this first, right?
Yes. So...
Then this is... It's the blankets?
Blankets, yeah. Yep. Blankets, bed runners, that type of thing.
Okay, can you see it? It's pattern 57 8/7, and it's two. Well, I'd say one's a blanket with their throws more so.
Yeah, it's sort of a blanket and a runner on these.
I like runners.
So this one is pretty big. But not massive. You could make it bigger. So this shows the stripes absolutely beautifully.
Yeah,
really simple
it does.
knit blanket, this one. A beginner could knit it. The only thing I would say is obviously the rows are quite long, so if you're quite a new slow knitter, you might find that this takes a little bit too long for you to start with.
Especially in double knit.
But it is doable. It's just that beware that it would take quite a bit of time when you're quite a slow knitter, but simple to do. And just,
circular needles knitted straight?
Yeah, I think you would need circular.
Oh yeah, can you imagine? Yeah, before we get people saying, how would I fit those stitches on my needle?
If maybe you're somebody who uses the really long needles that are like 40 centimetres, then you could probably do it on a straight needle. But circular needles knitted
myself.
straight are a very good option for these. So there's just a little bit of ribbing at the sides. Really lovely, simple one, that one. This
very
one,
effective. This is
very effective. This one I absolutely love because it's got the ripple going through it, but it's slightly different in that, well, it's got more sort of a garter stitch effect, but with the ripple going
effect
through it. And again, I'll just hold that up. I know I'm hiding myself, but gives you an idea of how the colour stripes go. So this looks like you've spent a lot of time changing yarns, changing balls and colours, and you haven't. It is just how it comes off the ball. So
I think that's so effective.
This is classed as a bed runner, but honestly, I would use this as like a wrap or a shawl. Or it's the sort of thing we were just discussing if you have a garden or a balcony or something where you like to sit
Joanne.
and you just need something slightly warm to pop round you. This is one of those things I would have to grab and do for that.
And the colours are so effective, like the striping on it. It's so impressive, I think. You know, it just really, really works. Like it looks like, as you said, you spent a lot of hours thinking about your colours and your schemes and changing.
It does.
And it's just one cake to do. Well, I don't know how many cakes this is, but I'm saying it all comes
at least a couple, but again, not expensive.
Not at all.
To do, and one I'm quite tempted to make there.
We have like a list as long as this room of things to make. We do. To do.
We do, sadly.
Okay, sure. Next one I'm going to do.
So this is 5788, and
I'm doing the back
jumper
one first.
And a cardigan.
It's It's just, I'll hold it up here so you can see, because I actually really like the ribbing that goes down this for this cardigan, and we also say flattering fit.
Yes, very. We think this will work for so many people. On this one, and I love the fact that you've got this super wide border.
That's what really makes it. And it's
does
so
fold back.
And it's so soft.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It is. It's very tactile. You just
I don't know. We just can't. We just love this yarn. We really do love this yarn.
Yes.
Everything about it, don't we? Nice fold back collar on that one.
It's funny because Joanne and I were talking about this, that we love like the look of a lot of short cardigans, but because of how we are and
shape and everything,
middle-aged bodies and that this is definitely something that would flatter both of us. You know, we know our bodies. You know.
Yeah, we know.
We like to look at certain things, but we know this is definitely the more flattering thing. And there's also that's the only one we have.
No, it's behind you.
Oh, it's behind me. You know,
so I will just move.
I do have my glasses on.
So lovely little jumper on this one, and
the cabling.
Yes, you can't really see the cabling sadly on that bit, but there's a little bit of cabling just up the sleeves, and it's knit sideways. So you knit from one side to the other, and then you've knit two panels for the base and join it around the bust line there. But we love the way that the stripes work.
I know it works so well and stuff too, and it's easy cable as well, because you don't have to worry really about. There's no decreases; it just goes straight across, and you split on the side. I think
you do. So that it's a little bit different to knit is this one. That it's sort of technical in some ways, but not in others. So as long as you follow the pattern instructions and don't try to overthink it, it's not going to be a difficult one.
It's one of these where we say, trust the pattern; it will come together.
It will.
Yeah. Okay. And the next one is
I'm next.
You'll have to reach across.
I
It's
will.
for the poncho.
Again, another one that I absolutely love. So this
I'll hold
is
this side up. It's pattern 5786.
big poncho.
It is. I'll hold it. Should I hold it here?
Interesting
I'll
bit of
cover my
cabling.
face for a minute.
Interesting bit of cabling on this one.
Yeah.
But absolutely beautiful, and I just love this colour. This is my colour. This one or the blue are the ones I will go for, but there is a shaping on the shoulder, which if I hold that up, so
I can see it now.
There is this slight incline on the shoulder, and I love this big collar. The other thing that you could do, probably shouldn't get too over technical on this, but you could actually do this collar as a short one and then cast on again just some more stitches and make this as a separate little cowl to fold over, because not everybody likes a big collar.
Yeah, some people find it irritates the skin around their neck, you know?
So that's just an option. Just don't be put off by a big collar like this, because generally you can just knit about an inch cast off, but then if you want the option of the collar, cast on the same number of stitches again and just literally knit the collar for that one. That's probably just would be my preference. It's
just giving you options though, because this is when things. If you're an experienced knitter, if you're able to knit this, you can readjust things. I think. I
love the fact on this as well that if I hold it up sort of like that, when it's on your shoulders, you get this different shape. So even though it's square across, pretty much, you get more of a drape at either side. So
I like that a lot. It's a flattering fit then.
It is.
And there's also an easy knit one.
Yes, that's black and grey, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So we're all stretching across. There's a lot of stuff to go through here. You know?
And it's all quite big. Sorry, I'm struggling today.
We should have got some water.
Yeah, I've got some fluff.
So again, the old market, we used to have cakes and...
We had cakes, we had cakes and tea, didn't we? We're going to have to reinstate at least the tea, if not the cakes.
Yes.
So yes, nice big oblong one. Again, easy knit.
Easy knit.
Beginners could knit this. You've got 2 by 2
just a bit time consuming probably for a beginner, so be patient with it, please. You know, because you'll appreciate the results. But this is what you're saying about how the stripes are so effective on this. I mean, when you look at this for the frost, you couldn't see how that would knit to this.
And I also think there's this little bit of ribbon at the top, so you don't actually have to cast on and do anything extra around the top.
Excellent.
You are just doing 2 panels and then sewing them, leaving your neck section open. So yeah, again,
so you could adjust the neckline accordingly too, couldn't you?
You could make it wider or narrower depending on how you prefer to pull things over your head and where you want them to sit on your shoulders. So yeah, just love that. And again, I can't get over how wonderfully soft it all is.
And the next is
yes. Are you going for?
Yes.
No. Oh, you've missed one.
I missed one. You can't look yet. You can't take me anywhere. But these are the simple ponchos, right? And I think this is really nice and really effective as well. And it's quite what kind of stitches would you say that?
I think this one's on double moss stitch.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yes.
So do beware, double moss stitch. You do have to concentrate a little bit with double moss stitch, because you can suddenly end up with what looks like a 1x1 rib in the middle of your knitting.
Yes, we've all done that.
We've all been there.
Yep. But it is actually really nice and really. It's funny because it looks quite small, but when you put it on, it is actually a lot bigger than it looks. It's deceptive, I think.
It is.
And it's just really sweet. And we do have diagrams to help people with the making up of this, because
occasionally people seem to overthink this and get a little bit, but it's a common
thing, but and there's 2. There's another one on the back, and this one's quite sweet as well. I like this one more, actually.
This one kind of has more stretch to it.
It does, and it has like a twisted rib effect as well.
It does, and it's just really, really flattering.
It is.
And it will be very warm.
It is. It's so soft. Every time I pick everything up, I'm like, ooh. It is. It's very tactile, this.
So it's lovely. It's very, very nice.
Yeah.
So that's those ones.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll fold things up neatly later.
We're on these, aren't we?
Yes. Okay, pattern 5790.
So these are edge-to-edge cardigans, and as you can see on this one, we've put a big pin in the middle. But you can either let it just drape, or you can pin it.
Yeah, these are the ones when we were talking about how we really like the short cardigans.
Yeah, I love the look of this, but I think probably for me I would wear the longer one.
Yeah.
There's a lovely...
But I think this is great for younger people. I even think teenagers would look really nice in these because I think they're quite contemporary.
Yes, they are. Now with this one, you obviously cast on at the bottom, knit up, but then you increase here so that the front panel and sleeve is all knit in one. And the same with the back. So you cast on at the bottom as normal, work to the armpit area, and then you start to increase quite rapidly at both sides. And because of that,
you get a more fitted sleeve as well, wouldn't you, with that?
Yeah. But that does change how your stripes work. So they're much wider at the bottom and then obviously become much narrower because you've so many more stitches on.
But it's still really effective. You still see the stripes, you know?
It is, yeah. So I really love that, the way that design works. So that's
I like the pin in it too, just to give it that little bit of something extra.
Yeah, if you're somebody who likes to sort of collect and use
beautiful pins and things like that,
it's a great...
And then there's the longer version, which is more practical for me, to be honest.
So this, exactly the same, just quite a bit longer on that one. So again, depending on the, I think the sleeve... The
sleeves are a bit shorter. I like those because I wouldn't get them wet and washing up.
No, that's...
Well, I'm being honest. I can't be the only person in the world that has that issue.
No,
right?
No, you're not, definitely. But same thing. And again, your stripes start off wide and then end up a lot narrower.
Yeah, but it's beautifully knit as well, you know?
And it's just so can't get over. Can't explain just how tactile.
It is, yes.
They really are.
That's wonderful. Okay, and the next thing, I'll have to reach over. I'm so sorry.
Are you going for the blue one first?
I'm going to go for the... Oh, I have... Yes, I put it under here. Sorry. Just ignore me. It's the one with the cables that we were talking about this earlier. Not an easy knit, right? Which pattern number is this, please?
This is 5789.
Yeah, I want to show the back first because I think I love the detail. I've done this for some cardigans I've had that... Because instead of just doing stocking stitch, I love a cable going up the back. It just gives it that something extra. And it's repeated throughout. It's like on the sleeves, it's on the front. This one, as I said, definitely not a beginner's knit, but it's so beautiful with the cabling and the stripes.
Yeah, and on this one, again, oh no, it says normal. I was going to say it's not one that goes all the way across.
No.
Some of them are...
yeah, it does go across for the sleeves.
Right. Yeah, it goes across at the back, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So, again, you're knitting up to...
Sorry, I'm moving it around a lot. Nobody's getting a chance to look.
And then you're knitting sideways. So this cabling is running all the way across the back of the neck.
Yeah.
But, lovely little bit of extra detailing on that one. That we both...
It's very, very effective, I think. Like. And I love the the front and the beginning. It's because I'm thinking about where you'd start when you knit, you know. And there's also a jumper version of it. Which is very nice. I love
this one.
Yeah, we were talking about this
one.
With the cable going up the front. I just think that's so effective. And then across the top.
The sleeves are definitely knit from side to side. So you start here, you work all the way across and down. So you'll split at this point, knit a bit extra at the back, then pick it all back up again and work across. And I love the 3/4 sleeves.
I do. Well, you know my reasons now, don't you?
And they're folded back in on themselves on these sleeves to give it that extra thickness.
Oh, I didn't realise that. I like that.
Yeah.
Because then they'll hang better.
They do.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, just loving that, not only for the colour, but which I do.
All the special little features, as we would call them, that make it quite a nice knit.
Yeah, if you're a little bit more advanced knitter and you're looking for something a little bit more interesting to knit, that is interesting as well as being very wearable at the end.
Yeah.
With that one. And I think it's one of those, actually, if you knit a size up to what you would normally knit, it would work almost like a jacket. So you could have it as an over.
I think that would look really nice,
than as a set jumper.
I mean, considering it's August, it's already getting a bit nippy, isn't it?
Nippy in the mornings.
Yeah. We didn't think that through. There's no cardigan today. Okay, right. And now, is this your last one?
This is my last one.
Okay, it's pattern 5783.
Okay, so with this one, there is a jumper and a tank top.
I like the tank top.
Yeah, so the jumper, again, you are knitting 2 panels straight up from the bottom. This colour was the one that we couldn't quite get our head round in the ball.
Yeah.
But when you see it knit up, it's got this lovely, raspberry?
Yes, I would say
pink.
raspberry, strawberries.
Yeah.
Thinking of food again.
Yeah,
The cakes need to be here next time.
Yeah, and there is, like, this one's got like 2-tone in it, so there's little changes all the way through. It's not just one block of every colour. There's little things that can run through each bit.
I like the little bit of the flecking effect. We haven't really talked about that.
No, there is. It's only quite subtle, but like
it's definitely there.
There's some little flecks of pink within the peach.
Yeah.
And things like that.
Like paler greys and things like that.
So you get the different bits in between. So it's not just one colour block. And then, of course, it's another one of these where you increase quite rapidly and do the sleeves. But at the end, you then do pick up and knit yourself a cuff at the end there. So
I think this would be good because we have another kind of yarn like this, like with the bramble that has another, like the side to side thing, right?
Yes.
That people get a bit confused. So by the end of knitting these, you'll be a dab hand at all these patterns, right?
Now this is the tank top. So basically what you've seen before, but without the sleeve. We liked the slash neck as well.
I do, yeah. Especially when you have really wide, quite broad shoulders. So things like that sit well on me.
Yeah. So
oops, sorry. I forgot to turn it around.
How flattering that is on the model. So yeah, just beautiful, and works in. We've got it in various colours, haven't we? But,
yes.
They were those. I think there's just the
accessories.
Accessories now. So
I know, and there's quite a few. So you'll have to bear with me on this, right?
5784.
There's a tag on one. Sorry.
For the accessories.
I'm going to put that one over there, sorry. Okay. And here's a scarf. I think the scarf's lovely. Look at the pom-poms.
Yeah, this one is actually a tube when you're finished, so it's double thickness.
Oh, yes, it is.
So you don't
and it hides all the messy bits.
Yeah, you don't have the messy back. I believe it is knit as an oblong. There is a seam somewhere in there.
Well, whoever knitted it did a very good job doing the seams. Let's say that, because it's very effective. And I love the pom-poms. I can't get over them. Yeah,
the pom-poms we thought have worked really well, because again, it looks like you've done lots of bits of colour changing yourself, and you haven't. You've just used up the rest of the yarn to do the pom-poms.
I think this is an impressive yarn that it looks like you've put a lot more time and effort into it than you have, just because of the colour changes.
So I think this is a relatively easy lace, because you're knitting just an oblong. So if you wanted to really try some lace knitting, you do have to concentrate a little bit, but it's relatively easy.
But I think when you've got further up, you will know it backwards and forwards and stuff, and you'll know if you've made a mistake, and you'll be able to self-correct. You will, because you can see what you're doing with this.
Yeah, and there's no increasing or decreasing. So once you're off. You're off.
You're off.
It's the increasing and the decreasing that gets people. If they're gonna stumble, it'll be that. That causes it.
And then there's also
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. And I think it's nice. I wouldn't say this is an easy knit, though, for the lace too much.
No.
Even though there's no decreases and increases, it is one that you'd have to kind of really concentrate.
You would.
The stocking stitch looks nice with it, too. I like the contrast of stocking stitch and with the lace border. Sorry, I'll hold it up. You can't see. There's some balls in front of us there, right?
Yeah, but I like it. I like the thinner stripes just as an alternative.
I do.
With that one, because it's knit wider and shorter.
Yeah.
With that one. So
it's lovely, that. And then the final one. This is really effective with the frost, I think. And it's a throw, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's a shawl?
A shawl.
Yeah, shawl. Throw.
But again, you could use this as the bed runner. You know, it's one of those. They're quite interchangeable. Are these
I think
ones.
So too. You know,
quite a bit of detail in the knitting. There
is.
So
there's like garter stitch and stocking stitch and like a lot of intricate lace. And then with the striping, it looks a lot more intricate and fancy.
It does.
You know, it just adds to it. You know, the word fancy, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it's just like the intricate details about it with the diamond. You know,
so it is. It's beautiful. So again, you could make that longer or shorter.
Yeah, I'll hold it up a bit more. I don't know if you can see the detail, sorry.
But yeah, really nice one.
Yeah.
Nice one to do, isn't it? That would make a lovely gift, I think.
I think so too. It's time, you know.
Yeah, it's the time to make it, isn't it?
Yeah, we're not a tech, so anyway. We'll get ourselves together. Thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this. So, you know, don't forget to like us on social media, and goodbye for now.
Yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Yeah, bye.